Good evening, YouTube. Ian and Jane doing the Edinburgh Fringe. Lots of emails, lots of reviews on the channel. This is the last show of the day. It is 5 to 11 at night, day 9. And this was Jazz Emu Night Fever. Comedy, musical comedy, live music. I'll read a bit of the synopsis. This was my choice, wasn't it? Musical supernova Jazz Emu, who is the Telegraph's 26th funniest comedian of the 21st century, is back with a brand new show and a full live band, the Cosmique Perfectión. The Royal Variety Show, the headline slot, at long last a chance for Jazz Emu to secure his long-coveted knighthood at the Majesty commence. And then we've got a load of reviews. Okay. I had no idea what to expect at this end, but we were talking to somebody a couple in the queue who had said that he'd become popular over lockdown on YouTube, and I've just checked his YouTube channel and he's got about 500,000 subscribers, so he's quite big on YouTube. So that's obviously where his original popularity came from. I mean, we came into his band, which was a piano player, drummer and bass player, all playing quite jazzy stuff.
Yep.
And I thought the band, before he came on, were just absolutely great.
They were very young.
You know, well, they looked young, but actually I'm not so sure they were as young as they looked.
Well, I think the lad looked about 18.
Well, maybe he was, but the other,
I mean,
Emily and the keyboard player, I think they were probably
Anyway, it doesn't matter. They were very good.
They were all really. The drummer was particularly. I mean, they're all really good musicians, but I always like to see a really good drummer, and she was a superb drummer.
Was she?
Was Emily? Yeah. And then Jazz Emu came on, and I mean, what did you think?
Well, he made a quite spectacular entrance, which was very funny, and I mean the place was packed out.
Yeah, it was sold out. Definitely sold out.
So he's got a lot of big, fans, and he's very charismatic. I mean, and he got a great response from the majority. I mean, I would have said of the audience. I mean, obviously I can't see everybody. He's very watchable. He had it was multi media because he had a screen at the back which he showed lots of things, which was very well used.
The screen was linked to the music that the band were playing, so when he was singing lyrics they were coming up on screen. That's not an easy feat, even in this day and age, I don't think, really, to do that sort of stuff. I thought I didn't get all of the jokes.
No, I didn't. I didn't follow,
but I suspect that's because we don't know him in that sense.
Exactly.
But generally, I agree with you. I thought he was very charismatic. I didn't wonder if his accent, because he's got like a South African accent.
I had no idea what the accent was.
Yeah, it sounded sort of South African. I didn't know whether that was his accent or whether that was him that was put on. Don't know. Anyway.
No, so I missed. I mean, I also found that when he was singing, and he did a lot of singing, he wasn't up in the mix. So I actually really needed the subtitles at the back because I couldn't hear what a lot of the lyrics were. But that's just me. Yeah,
and I mean there were some. He uses 2 microphones. He's got a wired microphone, which he's doing for singing, and he's walking. He spent a lot of time walking around the stage, and there's lots going on, and he has a little remote mic that was playing up all night. Clearly not his fault, and he did ask his tech at one point if it was solved and the text said it was fine. Actually, it wasn't fine. You know, and I think he covered that really, really well, because he literally was breaking up and messing around all the way through the show, and he kept making a joke of it. And he did. I mean, you know, there's absolutely nothing on stage that he could have done with it. His support staff should have fixed that. Really, you know, that should have been resolved, because I don't think it spoilt the show because he made such a joke of it through the show. But for some people, it might have done, and I would have expected that to have been resolved. You know, I mean, and he actually once said, "Shall I switch it off?" And the guy said no. In hindsight, it's difficult because he moves around so much. So he would have been moving around with a wired mic. Would that have worked as well? I don't really know.
Difficult to know.
It is difficult to know, but that I don't think it really detracted from the show. I thought the show was
I don't think it did.
Very entertaining, very funny. I thought there's so much going on with the live band and the visuals.
Yeah, I mean, it was very well planned.
It was very well planned.
So, you know, with all that, like him saying, with the link, with all the stuff that was going on screen, and there were other threads of stories and gags going on. You know, there was a lot going on. It was very well sort of produced and put together. Yeah.
And there was a remote control thing, which we won't say what it is, but there's a remote control thing which was hilarious because that did keep going wrong, and
then he pushed it at one point.
He did.
And a wheel fell off.
Yes.
So then it wouldn't move on its own, and so you'd see this hand pushing it on. So that was
it was
quite
Emily,
funny.
the drummer, who was sort of helping.
So when things went wrong, he was able to absorb it into, you know, and just made a gag out of it. Yeah. So he's very clever.
He's incredibly professional. I mean, actually, all the whole band on stage, because the band were sort of dressed up in sort of sequiny blue tops, but they were all part of the show, weren't they? Because he was reacting with all of them at certain times. Yeah. And that, you know, so they were all part of the show. They weren't just a backing band, you know. He and as the four of them on stage were incredibly professional. I thought they were great, you know. And although they had adversity in the sense of technical issues, you know, that I thought it was brilliant. You know.
I mean, I enjoyed the spectacle of it. I enjoyed, you know, the musicianship of it. I mean, like I say, he was very charismatic and obviously much appreciated with the majority of the audience. I mean, but having said all that, it wasn't my thing.
Wasn't it?
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I mean, I can't say I didn't enjoy it, because there was a lot to watch. And
there was a lot to watch. There was a lot going on.
You know, I could appreciate, you know, some of the things that went wrong were very funny, you know, and his character, you know, this, I'm assuming he's playing this character.
I think so too.
You know, he's very talented.
So it's on Pleasance Courtyard, Pleasance Swan. So it's a big room actually. So, and like I say, it was sold out tonight at 9 o'clock every evening, right the way through the Fringe until the 25th. The only day it's not on will be Monday the 12th. How many stars?
Well, I'm going to say 3.
I'm going to go for 4. I thought it was good. I thought he was, although like I said, I didn't quite get all the jokes, but that's our thing, not his, really. Yeah. You know, and actually it was interesting. You made a point about the demographic, because they weren't all. There was people our age there. There was quite young. Yeah. I mean, it's a 14 plus. Yeah.
They probably were, well, they could have been even younger actually. Right. They could have been 12, 13, but anyway, maybe they weren't 14.
So he appeals to a very wide demographic. I mean, I'm going to look up some of his other stuff that he's done online, and you know.
And there were older people there as well.
Yes, there were older than us.
Yeah.
You know, so he does appeal to
a very wide.
Definitely a wide demographic. Yes, no, so it's 4 from me, 3 from you. Go see it, so it's a good show. Yeah. Okay, we've got 3 shows tomorrow. One of them is in a football ground.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We're going out to Tynecastle again.
So, but we've got a short amount of time to get out there, so we're going by a taxi, which will be interesting. So we've got 3 shows tomorrow. We'll see you then. Cheers now.
Bye.
Bye.